Live with Tao. Teachings of Lalaji, journeying through various states of jasp in order to journey through various stages of jasp. I had explained various nerve centers. There are 7 in numbers according to Sufi terminology. Because of these various states of nerves, energy is not properly absorbed and does not flow freely. So for that, it is important to understand the various psychocenters through which the energy need to flow freely, absorbing, conserving, and flowing. These are psychocenters. They are 7 in number, just like the states of nerves. For various known and unknown reasons, these centers get blocked or remain overestimated. For transformation, these centers need to be harmonized. Energy need to flow through these. When a center is blocked by being underactive or too closed or hyperactive or too open, your whole being is out of balance, which may lead to disease and many other emotional barriers. This may be triggered by our surroundings, the people we are related to, our own emotions, trauma, and other life events. The first center is the earth center or Mooladhara. When this is blocked, various types of ailments occur from blockages including anxiety, disorder, fear, and nightmares. So the centers move in pairs together. So earth center and water center, they move in a pair. The earth center absorbs the water and helps in the process of growth. So in case of a male person, the earth center is masculine and the water center is feminine, while in case of a female, the second center is masculine and earth center is feminine. These, when your sacral center or the water center is aligned, you will feel great. You are friendly, passionate, and successful, fulfilled, and also exhibit feelings of well-being. When these centers are not aligned or they are underestimated or overestimated for whatever reason, there remains an imbalance and various states of nafs arise. You start blaming others, you start blaming yourself, and so many other things arise. Let us not go into. So this energy need to be balanced between the earth center and the water center, which is very important. So this is where the energy that comes into you as the existential bioenergy at the birth is stored. From there, it has to be properly utilized, number one. Number two, when it begins to flow, it activates the process of regeneration of the energy. For instance, suppose you are not active as far as your physical body is concerned. Slowly and slowly, the various parts of the body will become inactive and the energy will not flow those. So for that very reason, it is important to continue to have the movement, because the energy is in movement. Energy is generated through the movement. Now you look at the car battery. When the car is not started, a certain amount of battery power remains there that helps it to start, to propel the car. And when it propels, with the movement, the battery generates the energy. So these two things are important. The existential bioenergy is like this energy that is stored in you. It comes into you when your life propels, and life propels or moves forward through the use of this energy. And as it moves, the energy is generated. And then it has to be conserved or stored in the same, and then, so when the energy is not generated, the problem comes in. When it is not helping to propel your vehicle, which is life, which is your body, the problem comes in. And when it is not freely moving and activating the various centers, then problem comes in. So the problem comes in, the energy is not moving to the heart center, it is not moving to Swadhisthana, to the solar plexus or other thing. So what is important? First thing is the existential bioenergy that is given to you at birth. It must start the vehicle, activate it. Then in the process of its movement, the energy is generated, which in the physics language known as kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is generated through the movement. And then comes the another form of energy, which is thermal energy, which comes because of the heat or warmth. It moves from hotter object to the cooler object because of the temperature. So passion, our happiness, all these are form of warmth that we feel within as the energy moves, propels the vehicle of life. It continues to generate the energy, and then it is when you begin to interact with a person, then the energy moves from the hotter object to the other. So when your parents come and they give you a hug, certain amount of warmth is felt within the body. When the spouse hug one another, the energy, the warmth flows through the two bodies. Similar when the disciple and the master, they interact with one another, the warmth of love, understanding flows from the master to the disciple. So this warmth is because of the passions to propel the energy, and this is important that these two centers, the earth and the water centers, need to be balanced. In most of the cases, the basic problems remains that the earth center and water center are not aligned or in balance or in harmony with one another. Because of that, if you look, nearly 90% people are unfulfilled as far as sex is concerned. Somewhere or the other there remains a blockage for, and the energy does not flow properly. So even Sufis have said that in order to get, because Sufis do not follow the process of renunciation, and in a way it is the way of Tantra, means going beyond the body. Going beyond the body does not mean that you neglect certain things. Instead, you are, just as it is something like that, you can start doing the fasting, and through that you can overcome certain things, or you can start having a balanced meal which is has all the necessary nutrients, vitamins, minerals, and trace elements, the carbohydrate, the protein. Then a certain amount of satiation comes. Then you will be out of that desire for a certain period of time. So in life, when a balance, a harmony comes as far as sex is concerned, then many other problems are naturally overcome. Then comes the earth, the solar plexus center. Solar plexus center, or known as Manipur center, it is about 2 to 3 finger width below the solar plexus. Solar plexus was the center through which, through a charger, that is umbilical cord, you were connected to the mother's womb, and you was getting the nourishment in different forms from through that umbilical cord as the charger. The life energy was flowing into you. But the moment a child is born and he takes the first breath, this connection of the umbilical cord with mother's solar plexus is cut off. Now you have to live your life on your own. So now as the process of transformation continues, you have to establish a connection with the cosmic womb. Cosmic womb, you are learning the process of nourishment through the breathing, which brings the pranavayu or the life force or Ellen Vaite within the system, nourishes and nurtures that. So when you are, this works like a bellow instrument, like a harmonium. When the air is moved, so the center moves up and down, which is the bellow effect. And because of this, when you are working on this center, Sufis use certain zikr where the force is on the solar plexus, or you can do the yoga technique of Kapalbhati, which is breathing out and breathing in with a rhythm, a fast speed. So with that, the bellow action is created, and with that a vacuum is created. So when a vacuum is created, the energy that is surrounding that area is sucked into it. So solar plexus absorbs it. Because of the volume, it sucks the energy from the around the area, from the earth center and the water center. Now the energy is flowing freely from the earth center with the union of the earth and the water center, and this is your existential bioenergy, just as a particular kind of energy, like for instance there is an electrical energy that you know, and the electric energy is converted into light energy when there is a bulb comes in between in the flow of electrical energy. So electrical energy is flowing in your house, and suddenly a bulb is placed in the passage of that energy in a particular way, then the electrical energy is immediately transformed into light energy. So when solar plexus is activated, and through that process of the bellow action or kapalbhati or Sufi technique of zikr, Allahu, Allahu, when you say who, there comes a force on the solar plexus. So it is not the mantra which is important, it is the effect that it creates. It's the force that it exerts on the solar plexus that creates the vacuum, and energy from the surrounding area is pulled there. So then that existential bioenergy which you had known as sex, its form changes. It is conserved in the solar plexus, and now solar plexus on its own absorbs the energy from the existence, because it has now established a subtle connection in the form of silver lining, which between the second and the third body during the process of intense meditation, sometimes the seekers feel a connection like a silver cord connecting your solar plexus, and that time that is not at the physical body. So the energy comes from the existence, it is absorbed there and conserved in that, just like your car battery generates the energy and conserves it. And then it makes it ready for the next time when you have to start your vehicle. So this energy from there has to move to the other centers, the heart center, the center of expression, which is throat center, third eye center. So the Manipur, which is the solar plexus, and heart center work in harmony with one another. Your emotions arise, that creates the different level of emotions and warmth within the body. This effect is totally different than the effect of the warmth that is felt with the interaction of water and the earth center. That time the warmth is that of a passionate warmth that is felt between the spouses. When the energy begins to surge, there comes an intense desire to unite together, the passion, and there is a form of energy. When the passion energy is transformed, it comes into in the process of transition. Passion becomes compassion. So the process of passion becoming compassion, love. Passion becoming love, the process starts when the solar energy of the solar plexus and the heart center begins to come in harmony with one another. Heart center is like a wind instrument because it is related with the lungs and everything in the area, and it begins to consume this energy which was passion begins to be the love energy. So just use one word. Its energy is transformed at the level of the heart. Then comes the throat center and the third eye center. At this level, your expression, it is a center of expression. So sometimes it is said there are two things according to astrological thing, Guru, that is Jupiter, and Venus. Jupiter gives you the wisdom, but the wisdom is of no use if we do not know how to express it. So that comes through the Venus. So when these two planets are in harmony with one another, one is giving you the wisdom and the other is giving you the opportunity or the quality to express that wisdom. There are many people who know things but they do not know how to present themselves or express that in such a way that it becomes easily understandable by the people. I may have wisdom, but if I do not have the Venus developed, the expression, the command center, that's where the center of expression, which is throat center, and the third eye center comes in harmony with one another. One gives the wisdom, the command center gives the wisdom, and which is like a guru, the Jupiter, and the other gives you the way to express your energy, express your thoughts, express your wisdom in an explicit manner that everyone can understand it. So sometimes you find the people, what they are explaining is so complicated that it becomes difficult to understand. There are people, when they explain some things, it becomes very easy and it gets absorbed into you, and the process of transformation begins within you. This is what happens when a master flows in or he speaks. Then there are some, when they explain, it becomes so easy to understand because of the Jupiter and Venus. So these centers go in harmony with one another. At this center, the love forms begins to change. The love, first it was passion, then it has become love at the confluence of solar plexus and the heart center. So above that is the wind instrument or a stringed instrument. When the harmony comes between the throat center and the third eye center, then this energy, which was passion once, becomes the light. So the journey begins from life to light via the bridge of love. So these are the two centers, two set of centers. One is life, confluence of earth center and water center, where the energy, the existential bioenergy, it has been given to you. It has to transform into love first, then love has to become light, and finally, when this energy reaches the crown center, beyond which there is existence, and it is a soul center that exists, that operates on its own. It does not need, like any other center, the male needs the help of female, female needs help of male in order to propel the energy. Like the car battery needs the two poles, positive and negative, in order to propel the vehicle and bring it into motion. The same thing happens in case of life. To bring another life or to initiate the process of transformation within an individual, we need these two energies. Moment to moment, it is the interaction between two energies, positive and negative, or anima and animus, or as Hindus call Shiva and Shakti. When these two energies, Shiva and Shakti, merge into one another, then you are neither male psychologically nor female. Instead, you are a confluence, the balance between the two energies, and that's where it is that energy which begins to merge with the cosmos, and that is beyond beyond the crown center. There is nothing else but the vast existence. And this is the moment when drop merges into the ocean. So drop by drop, every cell of every drop merges with the ocean, and then the ocean lends its beauty, the ocean lends its totality, its quality to the drop. Then it comes like drop and ocean are one. The According to Hindus, the Atma and Paramatma are one, or the micro and macro are one. So when this is the process through which the jazb, until the water center and earth center merge into one another, and the combined energy of that comes out of confluence, begins to flow towards the solar plexus and the heart center unite, then another force starts. That is, these are the moments, these are the states of jazb. The energy is absorbed, it is circulated, and it propels the vehicle that life is, that your body is. Then comes when the third eye center and the throat center begins to come in harmony with one another, your behavior, your everything begins to change. There comes a fulfillment of satiation. When you are sexually fulfilled, there is a certain amount of satiation comes, and your life begins to move in a totally different manner. Your life undergoes change. It is like you are nourished existentially. You are nourished, and when a person is nourished, he is not looking for the snacks or something else. Otherwise, if you are eating the empty calories, you will feel hungry very often. But when one is sexually fulfilled, then and the energy begins to reach to the heart center, enough energy is generated within you. Earlier on, you would have noticed when there was unfulfillment at the first level between the earth and the water center, your energy level is very low. And when the fulfillment comes at that level and the energy activates the solar plexus and the heart center, you develop tremendous energy within you, and your energy level is so high. Earlier, while you used to get tired very quickly, now it is not happening. And then it happens, your behavior, your life, your understanding, everything begins to change. So this change is representation of the process of transformation and when the earth and the water center, solar plexus and the heart center are in harmony with one another, then the wisdom comes into you. The wisdom, not the wisdom that comes to you through the university education, instead the existential wisdom. And because of the activation of the throat center, the Venus, so Jupiter and Venus gives you a tremendous energy to the wisdom that is coming to you. You learn how to express it in such an explicit manner, and then your words can transform the life of an individual or set the process of transformation in motion. This is what the seekers feel when they come in the company of an awakened one. So at various levels, the work happens, and finally they experience the process of transformation. Their way of life and living changes. How they were interacting and responding to a particular circumstance and situation, it begins to change. Not only that, their relationship, the way they relate to others also changes. This is where the journey first has to be fulfilled. The states of jazb, that is means absorbing the energy, consuming it and circulating it various centers, then the moments of suluk comes in. That's why Lalaji focused and emphasized Those who are given the opportunity for the process of transformation of human consciousness, they must work at the centers of just first. That is, they process to understand the existential bioenergy, transform it into the light energy, and then transform it into love first, and then from love to light, so that this light becomes a compassion and a beacon light to bring about transformation in anyone that comes in. When something like this has begun to happen within you, then you will notice you are able to communicate with, in a particular circumstance and situation, with the people around you, and your presence begins to create a situation that the process of transformation is set in motion in the person whom you are interacting. Each one of you who is connected to an awakened one and in whom this process has happened properly will experience that when he talks to the people or interacts, there is a change in their way of interaction, and the energy that flows in the form of love, compassion, and light sets in motion the process of transformation in the other as well. Enough for now.